So this was originally going to be one video. Because I found more information, it turned into two, even though the second video was only a minute and a half. But this whole Merrifield Dream Home business thing is dragging on because, Lord of mercy, the comments are like wild, and I need to clear up some things about my last video. That's what I want to talk about in this video. Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Debbie. I am the She in Sheality TV, and today I want to clear up my last one video, maybe my last two videos. Okay, so the first video was about the fact that I was wandering around Reddit and I had this question in my own head. What do the Merrifields do? Like, what do they do for money? What do they do for work? You know, that kind of stuff. So I was wandering around Reddit, like I said, and someone asked the same question. And so it started like a minor investigation, if you want to call it that, to figuring out, like, what do they do? We know that they had, someone said that they looked for, they're supposed to have a construction company or they build houses or whatever. And they started digging, and I started digging. So there's a Facebook page that says that they build dream homes, and a chaotic website that kind of says the same thing, sorta. But their company had no reviews, and so it looked like, okay, well, maybe they're just saying that this is what they do. And they've got on their website, they've got pictures of construction and them building and whatever, right? Okay, cool. So in my first video, I did some digging, couldn't find a company that was registered to them at all. So fine. In the second video, between the first and second video, I did some more digging and found that there is actually a corporation that is registered to their family or whoever that says that that's what they do. They build whatever. It's a construction company, essentially. Fine. So in my second video, I said, okay, well, it looks like they're legit. They formed a corporation, whatever. Now, all of y'all got up in them comments and, just because they've got a corporation doesn't mean they're legit and and whatever. And let me clear that up. By legit, I mean they're legit as far as the government is concerned, right? In my first video, I also said the only permits they've ever pulled, and this is what the person on Reddit said, the only permits they've ever pulled are for their own home, right? Cool. Which says that they haven't built for anyone else. But nobody said, like, yeah, they have a, quote, dream home building company. Them building their own dream home, maybe that's their interpretation of, hey, we have a dream home building company because we built our own dream home. Now, let me say this. That is not the yardstick that anyone would use when they're deciding whether or not to have these people build them a house. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm not having these people build me a house. I'm not saying you shouldn't have these people build you a house. I'm saying do your due diligence. Because this whole thing, like, oh, well, if they only built a house for themselves, that doesn't make them legit. And someone else said, well, anyone could form an LLC, which is true. But I'm not going to spend my time, my energy, my efforts looking for how many customers they have, looking for how many happy or unsatisfied. I don't give a shit. I don't care. The point of the whole Reddit post was, hey, do they even have a registered company, right? That was it. I don't care if they only started that company to build their own home, because I'm sure there are some advantages to doing that. I don't care. I don't care enough about what they're doing in that company to, go digging for, all of these supposed customers they have, because someone else jumped in the comments and said, oh, they're booked 3 months. They're booked 3 years out. They don't care about the website. Their clients don't care about the website. Okay, well, that would mean that they ain't got no legit clients, because the first thing I look for is a website that shows me your work, right? That's where I start. And that's where most people start. This is 2022, people. Come on now. This is not 1980 when you had to go literally jump in a car and run all over town to figure out what was what when it came to trying to hire someone to do anything. This is 2022. I can find all of that shit that I need online. That's the point. So if you don't care enough about your website, like this person said, they don't care about the website. Well, if you don't care enough about that, I don't want you touching my house because I want to see what you've done. And if I can't see what you've done, next, I don't care to keep looking, right? If, like the Reddit person said, I can't find reviews, I can't find, your website sucks, I can't find anything about you except for your Facebook page, and the pictures on your website are trash. Okay, well, that's all I need. So I needed to clear this up. I needed to say, just because they have an LLC, I wasn't saying, oh, they're legit. Yeah, go get them to build you a house. I was saying, as far as the U.S. government is concerned, they're legit. Even if they got that LLC just to build their own house, shit, good for them, fill your boots. I don't care. Beyond that point, I don't care. But the whole, like all of these comments, I was just like, oh my God, I need to do another video just to say this once and for all, right? Rather than to keep getting into the comments. Like one person was like, she said, oh, okay, great. Then they're legit. And I said, yeah, well, as far as the government is concerned, that was it. Cool. That was all we were looking for. We weren't looking to go on a 6-month journey about who their customers are and how happy those customers are or are not, or any of that other nonsense. No, I ain't got that kind of time. I don't have that kind of time. I don't have that kind of patience. All I was looking for, and all this Reddit post was about, was nobody can find a business that's registered to them. Period. Now, that brings on the question, if the only house that they've built, the only house that they've pulled permits for is their own, what exactly do they do for money? How are they flying back and forth and all that other kind of stuff? I mean, I know that production probably pays for some of it, but they ain't paying for all of it. They are not paying for all of it and then paying them to be on the show. No, that's not happening. I used to work in film. That ain't happening. Especially in reality TV, that's not happening. So what else? What do they actually do if this company, because from what it looks like, from the permits that they have pulled, looks like they formed the company to build their own house, because those are the only permits that they've pulled. And I did some more digging, only because, for generally speaking, I needed to know, if you're building a house, as a homeowner, can I pull the permits? And what I found was, as a homeowner, you can pull the permits if you are living in the home and you are going to do the work yourself, which means the person who's doing the work has to pull the permits, right? I can't pull permits for a contractor who is going to do the work because I don't know what that work is, right? So the other question that I have is, what do they do then? If the only house that they've pulled permits for is their own, which means that they ain't building anybody else's house, from what I can see, what do they do for money? That's my question. What do they do for money? Again, and as usual, I hope I cleared that up. I hope that this video cleared that up once and for all. But I mean, yeah, I did open another can of worms. What do they do for money? And that was not my intention, but it just popped into my head. What do these people do for money? Thank you guys so much for all of your comments. I really do enjoy the back and forth, whether we agree or not. I mean, we're not always going to agree, but I really do enjoy the back and forth. Again, and as usual, thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you next time.